Hello again, welcome back, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Hit that like button to further that gratitude. It helps support the channel in more ways than you'll ever know. Today, we're breaking down the 10 best budget cards within Strixhaven. If you're a free-to-play individual looking to enter the School of Mages as a first year, well, I've got you covered here at Hello Good Game. Not only will we have all of the free-to-play beginner-friendly decks for you guys on the channel once opening day hits, but until then, we're taking a look at some of the cool goodies that you guys can look forward to. So again, if you find any value within the video, hit that like, subscribe for more content, and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Let's get into it. Of course, today's cards are in no specific order, no 1 to 10, thanks to my OBS just mixing them all up. And what is apparent though is that all of these decks are very undervalued within the rating system, and it's weird to think that I'm more excited about some of the commons and uncommons within Strixhaven than I am the mythics. I'm not sure which way to take that, but without further ado, let's get into it. Decisive Denial for 2 mana at instant speed. Choose one. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Wow, talk about value here. Whether you're using it to remove something or you're using it to protect yourself from removal or really from anything, this card is going to get the job done. So I really like the look of Decisive Denial. Moving on, we do have Fracture, again, for 2 mana. This is in Orzhov colors at instant speed as well. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. Oh my gosh. This is really, really good. This is infinitely better to me than something like a Wilt that can't touch planeswalkers, because now, you're getting that artifact, you're getting that enchantment still, and you're also going to get that planeswalker. So even though there aren't a ton of planeswalkers right now, at least in standard, once we do see more of them roll out and, within the upcoming sets, I'm sure we'll get some good sets with the Planeswalkers as a prime focus like we did in War of the Spark. But until then, Fracture is still going to take care of all the artifacts and enchantments and the odd Planeswalker here and there, which we still see, right? There's no getting around that. Humiliate is our next 2 converted mana cost bomb within the uncommon slot. It is sorcery, however, so it's a little bit slower, not quite as good. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Put a +1/+1 counter on creature you control. So, this is great. Non-land. It doesn't matter whether it's a sorcery, instant, artifact, enchantment, planeswalker. You're going to get it. As long as it's not a land, you can take care of it. So, Humiliate, it's going to get the job done. And, of course, you can put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control, which is always nice as well as a little added benefit, but definitely not necessary to still receive enough value. Killian, Ink Duelist, Orzhov colors. I don't know what's up with Orzhov colors within the free-to-play today. 2 mana, 2/2, with lifelink and menace. Woof. Now, those are actually good stats. Spells you cast that target a creature cost 2 less to cast. Woof. Plus, we get a cost reduction for its mana cost. So basically, you can think of this as a free creature if it stays in play, and you can capitalize off that 2 cost reduction. Plus, you've got life gain and menace, which is just absolutely insane. Quandricks, Cultivator, you talk about insane. A 3/4 for 4 mana, and when it enters the battlefield, search your library for a forest or island card, putting it into the battlefield, and then shuffle. It does not say tapped. This is an untapped land that you can now utilize for 1 mana. So think of that. That's very good. It really makes the Cultivator only cost 3 if you think of it that way. And a 3/4 for 3 is good, but what's even better is just the ramp that it provides. It's also an ETB, which can trigger over and over again. Rip Apart, 2 mana, Boros colors, red and white at sorcery speed. Choose one, dealing 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or destroying target artifact or enchantment. Great removal. The versatility here is very, very good, taking care of artifacts and enchantments against those control matchups, and again, creatures and planeswalkers as well in those mid-range and aggro matchups. Moving on, Test of Talents for 2 mana, and I was actually very excited to see this. We might see this in play competitively, Counter target instant or sorcery spell. Search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that spell. Exile them. That player shuffles and then draws a card for each card exiled out of their hand this way. So if they have multiple copies in hand, yeah, they get to draw. They probably won't. Probably the other copies are coming from their graveyard. From their library. It's just so powerful. Again, we do take out of their graveyard, out of their hand, and out of their library, so they need to be in exile. They need to be foretold to be protected from us, basically, because Test of Talents is going to shut down all of those annoying decks that we hate. As an uncommon, Ultimatum, nope, sorry, get out of here. And take note that we'll run 4 copies of this, right? We can shut down more than 4 or more than 1 card, which is just pretty insane to think about. So Test of Talents, look out for it. It's going to be everywhere. And I'm so sorry, combo decks. You're going to need to, diversify. Moving on, Zimone, Quandricks, Prodigy, 2 mana, Simic colors, 1 green, 1 blue, legendary creature, human wizard, a 1 power, 2 toughness. Pay 1, tap it, putting a land card from our hand into the battlefield tapped. Not great, but it's a thing. We can also pay 4, tap it, draw a card. If you control 8 or more lands, draw 2 cards instead. And obviously, any draw engine within a free-to-play shell is amazing. And if we can protect this card and do some draws, then that's going to be all right. To pay 4, draw 2 as a repeatable effect doesn't actually seem all that bad. And we can ramp so that paying a 4 isn't that big of a deal for us later on. Teach by example. I'm really excited about this as well. For 2 mana at instant speed, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Yeah, this is great. So itself is an instant, plus it's going to trigger a copy. So if you're running something with Magecraft, this is 2 triggers on your Magecraft for 2 mana. Okay, that's great. And you get the copy, which is absolutely amazing. So that can be comboed with lots of cool stuff. The Eureka Moment for 4 mana within Simic colors at instant speed. Draw 2 cards, and then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. This is going to be just a problem. This reminds me of Growth Spiral. For 2 at instant speed, it's a little bit more expensive, but you get to draw 2 cards and put 1 land in play. So, I think they're trying that aspect of Simic again, but trying to maybe cut it back so it's not quite so powerful. But, I still think it's going to be really, really, really quite good. Moving on, that is it. That's all we've got for you guys today. So which was your favorite card here today? Let me know in the comments below. What would you like me to build a free-to-play deck around? Would it be the Eureka Moment, Teach by Example, Zimone, Quandricks, Prodigy, Test of Talents, which everybody's gonna be building around this, I think. Rip Apart, Quandricks, Cultivator, I love it. Killian, Ink Duelist, not so shabby. Humiliate, stop it. Fracture, getting out of control here. And Decisive Denial, which is just as good. So look at the power level of these uncommons and commons, you guys. They're through the freaking roof. I love it. So let me know what your favorite card of today's video was in the comments below, what you thought of everything. Did I miss any bomb commons and uncommons? Of course, we still have a few cards to come out. There's like 20 some left. Not enough to worry and wait. This will be 90% accurate, and even then we can debate it. So I enjoy the free-to-play building for beginners and budget players. It makes the game more accessible to them, and it can result in burnout if you get one meta deck and you only play this deck, and you have to play this deck for 3 months. That can burn you out to the point where you're not playing the game every day. Whereas I make the budget content with 0 rares, 0 mythics, so there's no draining of your wild cards. Really, just draft your set out right away. It's easy, and then you can make all of the decks that I do every week with the free-to-play playlists that I have. And this keeps it fresh, right? Keeps you trying new things and experimenting and learning, and not getting so burnt out from the game. So of course, many more free-to-play videos to come. Thank you guys all for your time and attention. Support by joining our Patreon. You can find it through the link tree, and there's lots of other different ways you can go through that link tree as well. Google Hello Good Game link tree, or it'll be in the description below. Take care. We'll see you soon in the next video.